Chapter 3. Bianca.
All the lights in Wayne Manor came on at the sound of my scream. There I sat in my bed, my heart pounding as a sheen of cold sweat dampened my skin. I'd had the dream again. And this time, I wasn't quick enough to save Alfred. The bedroom door flew open and Dad was instantly at my side. I buried my face in his broad shoulder and started crying. Again.
Shh. It's okay, baby. I'm right here.
Where's Alfred? Is he okay? I want to see him.
He's right outside. So's Damien.
I stumbled from beneath the covers and found Alfred in the hallway. His blue silk robe was tied around his waist above a pair of white pajamas. I flung my arms around his neck and started crying yet again. To my surprise, Damien made no remark about my weakness. He never thought very much of nightmares, even when he suffered from them himself. Given the circumstances, he decided to be more understanding than usual. Alfred, you were...
Worry not, madam. It was only a dream.
All right. Everyone downstairs, please.
We all sat down on the broad couch, Damien on my left, Dad on my right, and waited until Alfred had brought us all some chamomile tea before Dad spoke again.
I hate to say this, honey, but please understand that I'm only trying to help. You're not sleeping enough. You don't go out anymore. You hardly ever use the phone. And if you're not locked in your room, you're sleeping too much. What's worse is I haven't seen you smile in 2 weeks. I think I miss that the most.
I do too smile.
No, you don't. You hate smiling now.
Shut up, Damien.
Oh, come on, Beebs. If I can see it, so can Dad.
Then how about you all quit stalking me and mind your own business?
Because we love you, BB. Which is why I'm going to make a mental health appointment first thing in the morning.
What? That's crazy. I don't need mental health, Dad. I'm fine.
I would trust your father if I were you, madam. After all, this family has seen its fair share of trauma over the years. Your grandparents, your mother, and now the Duke has gotten to you.
And besides that, no, you're not fine. You were such an outgoing girl before things happened. Now it's like you barely exist. We all miss you, BB.
Fine. I'm feeling better now. Can I go back to bed? Keep your eyes closed. Take deep breaths. Sip your ice water. However, the sip turned into an all-out guzzle. The fire in my stomach seemed to spread across my skin. The only way I could keep from shaking all over was to lay back in the seat with my arms crossed.
It'll be all right, Mistress Rain. I'll be going in with you.
Remind me again why Dad couldn't come too?
He wanted to, but he had an unexpected meeting with the executives. He sends his love.
Sends his love? If it were written on a postcard, I'd understand. But we lived in the same house, for Pete's sake. As the Dark Knight, he was Gotham's famed hero who always answered to the Bat-Signal's beckoning call. Then there was Bruce Wayne, businessman, playboy, and the subject of media and news talk. But his dad, just plain Dad, there was a lot to be desired. How dare he, I thought angrily. He drops the mental health bombshell, but he doesn't care enough to come with me. No wonder he shipped Damien off to some school in a whole different country. Because he didn't care. He didn't care about his own kids. It didn't matter that the Joker could have killed me or Alfred or any or all of those people in that store. Thank goodness the car came to a stop, or else my memories might have slipped. As always, Alfred opened the car door for me, and he kept an arm around my shoulders as we walked into the center. We sat down on one of the waiting room's couches after confirming our arrival, and suddenly everything was quiet, except for the radio. Some jazz song I didn't know the name of. Not that I cared. I never listened to music anymore. The wall clock seemed louder than it should have been. Tick-tock, tick-tock. Yet at the same time, the room was too quiet. Dangerously quiet. There were no gates or guard dogs to protect me here. I couldn't lock the world out, couldn't hide beneath the comfort of my own warm bed sheets. But he was there too. In fact, I'd shared a bed with him every night for the past couple of weeks. Every time I closed my eyes, the Joker was there. He was always there. I'll be right back, Alfred. I need to use the ladies' room.
Of course, madam. I'll be here.
Hopping up from the couch, I hurried down the hall and burst into the empty bathroom. I rushed over to the sink and started splashing cold water on my face, then stared at my weathered face in the mirror. The fire in my belly was still blazing, and the water didn't seem to be helping. It's not working. It's not working. Wait, air. That's what I need, fresh air. Alfred would no doubt be unhappy with me, but I didn't have time to warn him. Another panic attack was about to rear its ugly head. I needed to get outside. Unfortunately, the moment I exited the bathroom, there was already someone waiting for me. An old man sporting both glasses and a well-trimmed yet fluffy beard.
Bianca Wayne, I can see you now.
Oh, where's the friend I came with?
Mr. Pennyworth? He is waiting for you in my office.
There could be no escaping it now, I decided, and reluctantly followed the doctor to his office.
Chapter 4. Bruce.
Finally, another exhausting day at the office, over and done with. I actually found driving to work a refreshing change. It was usually Alfred who did the driving. I must confess that my brain wasn't as spry as it should have been because I was too worried about Bibi. Even more so, I was beyond furious with the Joker. Leading a double life is probably easier for writers. They live out their usual workday, then come home to sit at their computer and live vicariously through their fantastical stories. If only Batman were that easy for me. For years I'd done my best to keep my personal, professional, and crime-fighting lives separate. And suddenly, I was blessed with the fourth role, that was fatherhood. I wasn't satisfied with the hospital blanket they'd given her, so I swaddled her in a warmer yellow blanket, and I could have sworn that when she looked up at me, a tiny smile appeared on her peachy face. And now the Joker had hit far too close to home. He was plaguing my baby girl. I knew my kids better than anyone, meaning I honestly didn't know if Bibi could bounce back from this. I almost wished she were little again so I could scoop her into a hug, as if to squeeze every bad dream away. It's still hard to let go of those days. As always, Damien was glued to the couch as he dominated the latest Elder Scrolls game. He was so lost in combat that he didn't bother looking up as he greeted me.
Hey.
Hey, how was Bibi's session?
Don't know. She's not back yet.
Really? Well, maybe she and Alfred decided to stop somewhere.
Now that I think about it, there was a movie she wanted to see.
We no more than finished exchanging our thoughts before the phone rang. I answered the ringing to hear a frantic Alfred, and my hopes were dashed away by instant fear.
Master Bruce, Bianca is missing.
Huh? What do you mean, missing? Aren't you two at the clinic?
Yes, but she went to the ladies' room, and when she didn't come back, I asked the front desk if she was checked in by herself. They said no. I've been searching the nearby streets all evening, but I can't find her.
Listen, Alfred, I want you to come straight home right now. I'll take it from here. Slamming the phone back onto the receiver, I turned to Damien, who had already stood from the couch, alerted to the fact that something was wrong. My heart skipped a beat with fear as I confirmed his suspicions. "I think your sister's run away."